The David or Dawood is the son of AC in the generation of the Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, and Allah chose them as his prophet. And the story about his action and about his believing is in Quran. The two story is very important, which is one of the how he get involved with the marriage, that he liked it, that he wants to be interested. And the other one about the justice, to be how he can order to be to be equal, not to be sided for somebody, something different. And for two things, this is Quran also is mentioned very in nice word. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I would like to read all together, but then I gave you the translation to each one separate. And there's two stories there in this Quran about these verses which I am reciting to you, inshallah. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Wasbir ala ma yaquluna wa zkur abdana Dawood zul ayyid innahu awwab. إنا سخرنا الجبال معه يسبحنا بالعشي والإشراق والطير محشورة كل له أواب وشددنا ملكه وآتيناه الحكمة وفصل الخطاب وهل أتاك نبأ الخصم إذ تسوروا المحراب إذ دخلوا على داود ففزع عنهم منهم قالوا لا تخف خصمان بغى بعضنا على بعض فاحكم بيننا بالحق ولا تشتت واهدنا إلى سواء الصراط إن هذا أخي له 99 نعجة ولي نعجة واحدة فقال أكفلنيها وعزني في الخطاب قال لقد ظلمك بسؤال نعجتك إلى نعاجه وإن كثيرا من الخلطاء ليبغي بعضهم على بعض إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وقليل ما هم وظن داود أنما فتناه فاستغفر ربه وخر راكعا وأناب فغفرنا له ذلك وإن له عندنا لزلفى وحسن مآب يا داود إنا جعلناك خليفة في الأرض فاحكم بين الناس بالحق ولا تتبع الهوى فيدلك عن سبيل الله إن الذين يضلون عن سبيل الله لهم عذاب شديد بما نسوا يوم الحساب. The translation of this is there: bear patience in the spite of what they say, and remember our bondsman Dawood, the possessor of hands. Truly he was very turning. We indeed subjected the mountain to celebrate praises with him at the nightfall and sunrise. And the birds gathered together, all were attentive to him. And we strengthened his kingdom and we gave him wisdom and deceives judgment. And has the story of the disputants reached you when they claimed over the chamber? Behold, they entered and upon Dawood, so he was struck with the fear from them. They said, do not fear to dispute. The one of us has wronged the other. Therefore, judge between us truthfully, and do not do injustice, and guide us towards the fair way. This indeed, my brother, he has 99 ewes, and I have 1 ewe. But he says, make it over to me. And he has been overbearing to me in speech. He said, he has truly done injustice to you in asking your ewe to his ewes, and truly many of them partners, some of them indeed do wrong to some other, excepting these who believes and do good, but few are they. And Dawood thought that we had tested him. Therefore he asked protection of his Rab, and he fell down bowing and turned. Therefore we gave him his protections, and certainly he has with us a sure nearest and an excellent resort. O Dawood, we have certainly make you a vicegerent in the land. Therefore judge among people with justice, and do not follow desireless is it, lest it would lead you astray from the way of Allah. Surely those who go astray from the way of Allah, there is for them a severe punishment, because they forgot the day of reckoning or Qiyamah. So this is the story of this explanation is that when the Dawood has two in the Quran say about the two subjects. One is about the he wants to make marry with the one of the lady. How there was happened, even though the story of the Genesis saying it's not in Quran, but the Quran will mention two words over here that the story in Genesis says that when Dawood was sitting in his chair, there was one of the pigeon come fly up front, and then the pigeon was very beautiful color, and he stand up and he followed that the pigeon, where is the goes, there we fly, and first go to the ceiling, and from he also went to the ceiling, and also then the pigeon was flew also through to one of the garden. And then Dawood said, I have to follow this. He was very nice pigeon, very nice color, very nice looking. And somehow the the tested by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Maybe that pigeon would be an angel, some kind of angel, that to attract on the mind of Dawood to follow that pigeon, where and behind of this there is a secret test to the David, to Dawood. However, Dawood was go to that garden, to the good garden, because the pigeon was sit on one of the bush of that tree of that in the garden, and he followed. And then when he go over there, the garden has beautiful garden, and there is a place for the swimming, and the water is there, but ladies also swimming. When he saw that the lady, they would like it, they were interested. Oh, it's beautiful ladies there. Of course, this is the story in the Genesis. Just I gave you information. So then the David asked who is the husband of this lady. Anyway, he found the husband, and but still has in his mind is about the lady. And then the husband asked him to go to the army. I gave you a lot of money, and then so on, to the war, to the jihad. So he sent them to the politist, the war against the politist, and then that person was killed over there, become martyred. And then later on, when he called, and then he asked for the marriage of that lady. He married with that person's wife. And then after that, he khasmani, like in Quran was say khasman al-tasawwur al-mihrab. So then then after that, he when married, and he find that what it is was wrong doing. The reason, when the other two person was come inside his room, to that two person was two brother was that one to have, like Quran said in the translation, has 99 sheep, and the other one has one sheep. And then also the 99 sheep brother also asked, he said, you are not good. If you had a good person, God gave you also 99. But if it in that case is not be for you to have even one sheep. And and then they come to the Dawood, and the same subject told him that, look at that, you are injustice, and you have to, why are you asking for another, even though you have 99, still you ask for another one. And then he said, well, those person did not say anything, those two guys. And then he told him this, look at that, when you have a lot of wife, and still you go one another wife which you look at, and then that related for that to find his mistake of the Dawood about. And then he bowed down to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and cry many years. And then like Musa alayhi salam, one person he killed, all his life he was regret and make a dua, Allah gave me akhbarali. So the same thing, Dawood did the same thing, and finally Allah will forgive them, and he become the closest to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This two story is in the Quran. And also another about what he was a poem. He was really in this ayat al-Quran is وَلَقَدْ أَتَيْنَا دَاوُودَ مِنَّا فَضْلًا يَا جِبَالُ أَتُوبِي مَعَهُ وَالطَّيْرُ أَنَالَهُ حَدِيدٌ إن عمل صاحب غاطر وقدر في السرد وعمل صالحا إني بما تعملون بصير. And this also about his power. he was all to the melt. His finger was that much strong. Then when they take the piece of iron, make it break it, is become soft to him. So then that's why he make it from that another instrument. Also give you one break here, and then I come back inshallah.